In this video today, we're gonna start to create some pickup object for our game. We're gonna create a coin, it's gonna be animated and the player gonna be able to collect, and we're gonna also keep track of that coin. And then in a future video, we will create a GUI that's gonna be able to display the number of life and the coin that we have collected. So let's get started. So now in this video, we're gonna add a coins and pickup, which is gonna be fairly easy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna first go and create a new scene. So I'm gonna click here on the plus, and I'm gonna take a look at other nodes, and I'm gonna take a look at an area 2D. That area 2D, I'm gonna rename it coin, and it's gonna have a sprite 2D. It's gonna have also a collision shape. That collision shape gonna be a circle. It's gonna also have an animation player like this. That animation player, I'm gonna rename it anim. And now I'm gonna be able to import my sprite. So my sprite 2D is on my sprite folder, which is right here, and it is on interactable right there, and it's my coins are here. So I'm gonna take my sprite sheet of my coin, I'm gonna drag it to texture empty. And so now I have my coin right there. Perfect. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to go to animation, and on each frame, I'm going to put 12. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to animation, and I'm going to create two animation, active. And here I'm going to take, I'm going to create another one. It's going to be destroyed like this. So active, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna go to my sprite, and I'm gonna just go to frame 0, I'm gonna key, I'm not gonna create a reset track, I'm gonna click on create, and I'm gonna key like this. Here, I'm gonna make sure that manually I go to the second frame, and then Godot gonna be able to keep up on the key like this, so that's good. And so my animation stop at .7. I'm gonna put it on loop and auto load, and so now let's verify the animation is good. So what I can do is I can remove that animation here, I don't need it, and I'm gonna change the length here, I'm gonna put it at .6. So let's have a look. Voila, now it's better. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the collision shape, and I'm gonna toggle the fact that the collision shape is on. So like this, I'm sure that I can collect it. Voila. And now I'm gonna go to destroy, and I'm gonna just go back to my sprite. I'm gonna go to the next frame, which is this one here. So I'm gonna take this one there. I'm gonna click on create, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And actually I don't need this one. So here I can put it at, for example, .6 as well. This one I don't put it on loop. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that my collision shape here is disabled at the beginning of that animation. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to click on disable, click on create, and then I'm going to come here, and that's fine. Voila. So now I have those two states, and what I want to do is I want to be able to have those, I want to be able to collect that when the player is entering into that area. So for that, I'm going to go to my coin, I'm going to click on script, and here I'm going to create a script that I'm going to call coin. And I'm going to put it into my interactable folder of my script interactable folder. I'm going to save it here, and I'm going to click on create. Now what I need to do here is I need to click on my coin. I need to go to node. I need to go to signal here, and here I need to take the body entered signal, because this is going to be in charge of taking the body of our player, which is our character body. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to my coin here. I'm going to go back to my node. I'm going to click on body entered, connect, and I'm going to connect it on itself. Here I'm just going to make a simple if statement. I'm going to say if body.name is double equal to player, then I want to destroy, I want to have my animation to be playing the destroy animation, and I want to queue my coin. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do $anim.play, and here I'm going to take my destroy animation. I'm going to make sure that my animation plays. So for that I need to call an await, and then I do $anim.animation finished, animation underscore finished, and then I can call a queue3 like this. And what I can do is I can also make sure that when the game is starting, that the animation of my coin is set to be on active per default. It's not necessary because we already have put it into our active. Here we have put it on auto load, but it's like this, you know that you're making sure that it's working this way. One thing that we need to do is like we need to now save our coin. So for that I'm saving Control S, scene, and I'm going to put it into interactable and coin. And one thing that we need to do is making sure that our coin can collide with our player. So here the coin is on player, which is not what we want. We want the mask to be on player. And here now we want to have our layer to be set on something else. So here what we're going to do is I'm going to, for example, let me go back to my player. I think my player in itself right here is set on collision 1 and 1. So it can collide only with 1. And that's my sword that is in charge of like 3 and 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my player here and I'm going to put the mask to be on 5, for example, 1 and 5. And I'm going to go back to my project setting. And I'm gonna give a name to my layer 5 here. I'm gonna go to 2D physics, and this one I'm gonna call it coin, for example. And so now it's gonna display coin. And I'm gonna go back to my coin here, and on my area here, I'm gonna put on the first layer. So here I am on collision here. I'm gonna put that on 5. So like this, it will be able to detect that's my player that is entering into this area. So now I'm gonna go back to my level 1. Click on 2D here, and I'm gonna put my coin somewhere. So I'm gonna click on my level, I'm gonna click on the chain icon, and I'm gonna click here on coin, and I'm gonna drag that coin. Let's say I'm gonna put one here, and I'm gonna do Control D, and I'm gonna put one there. I'm gonna launch the game. You can see that the coins are displaying, and if I come here, that's good, and that's good, I can collect them. Perfect. There's one thing that I haven't, that I forgot to do, which is like that coin was meant to be like on an RPG at first, so it has a shadow like this, so I'm just gonna remove that. So I'm just gonna go here, I'm gonna do show in file manager. You will have like the normal coin here, so I'm just gonna do something like this. I'm gonna open this one there. So what I'm going to do here is now that I have opened Aseprite, what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to take my coin and I'm going to drag it in. And so now I'm just going to come here and I'm going to remove that from my sprite. So I'm going to take all of this here. It's like something like this. Just take that. I'm going to remove it, save it, go back to Godot. And now it has removed the shadow. So you will have that coin here that is available like this. So now I can come back, I don't have shadow anymore, and I can collect my coin. Perfect. So now I need to have a way to keep track of the amount of coin that I am collecting. So for that, I'm gonna create a script that we're gonna use a little bit more in the next lecture. So for that, I'm gonna go to script. I'm gonna go here to file, new script. It's gonna inherit not node, but node 2D. I'm going to click here and I'm going to take a look at node 2D, this one here, inherit, and that script I'm going to call it player_data.gd, and I'm going to save it into my script folder, and it's going to be into my player, for example. I'm going to click here, player data, open, create, that's good. I'm going to give to that script, I'm going to give it a name, so I'm going to give it a class name, going to be called player_data, and I'm gonna create here what is called a static script with static member. This means that script will be accessible anywhere as long as we are putting the player data class, then the variable that we want to access here. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is like I'm going to create a static var, and I'm going to call it coin, and I'm going to set it to be equal to 0. I'm going to save that. And now I can go back to my coin here, and on the script of my coin, when my player is entering into the coin area, I can just make a print here, and I can say, for example, player_data dot coin plus equal to 1. And then I can make a print to make sure that I am collecting the coin. So here I can make a print, and in the console, every time we will be collecting the player data coin, I can just copy that, and I can say amount of coin collected. I can get out of the quote, and here I can put my player data coin. So now I can come back, I can launch the game, and here if I put that a little bit more up, when I'm gonna collect a coin, it's gonna print the amount of the coin that I've collected. So here I'm gonna come here, amount of coin collected 1, and then here amount collected 2. I can just make a little bit of spacing. So here I can just put a space like this, and I can also put something like this, so it's more readable by the console. And so I can come here, and you can see that I have 2, and so on and so on. So now we have a way to keep track of the amount of coin that we are collecting. And what we can do, what we're going to do in the next video, is that we're going to be able to display that into a GUI. We're going to have a GUI that's going to display the number of life of our player, the number of coin, etc, etc. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. So that's it for me. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it's the case, don't hesitate to give a thumbs up and subscribe. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.